Um, let's see if this is actually going. So we're actually rolling. Can Martine, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that should be right.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I hear better. It's better now.
Awesome. Yeah, I had to fix the settings on my speaker or my microphone.
Yeah, I hear better. It's better now.
See, and feedback. Awesome. Yeah, so thanks everyone for tuning in. I don't know if you want me to get going on this, but I can talk a little bit.
Everyone.
It is the day after Thanksgiving, and so we are just doing our little podcast thing here and got some leftovers in our belly, and we're being joined by a good buddy of mine, Martin, and thanks for calling in, man. I really wanted to catch up with you, actually talking.
It's been a while, I know.
Yeah. So, do you want Sean has never met you, so do you want to just talk a bit about who you are, where you're from, what's going on right now?
He doesn't have to do that. I'll figure all that out.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'll let Sean get to some questions.
Where are you at right now?
Right now I'm living in Pomona, just 45 minutes from Los Angeles, California. This California.
How long have you been there?
For more than a year. I think like a year and a half.
How does it feel living in California? A lot of people in the United States thinks that California is a weird place. Have you found it to be a good place to live?
Actually, no, but I have some family here, so that's why I came here in the first. But right now, I can tell you that I can live anywhere, but I like the cold weather places.
Yeah.
Here's too hot. I don't like. That's why I choose Rio Blanco, because Rio Blanco is colder than Managua, the capital of my country. So.
It is, but it wasn't. It didn't feel like that most of the time. I was always.
Yeah, but
is it
Managua is really, really hot.
Oh, that's true. That is true. Is it possible?
Do you think we could get a Bluetooth speaker hooked up so I could hear him better?
Oh, yeah. I'll try that. Keep it talking.
Did you meet Mike when he was in Nicaragua for the Peace Corps?
Yeah, that's where I met him. So
you've known him for almost 10 years?
I think last time I see him was 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago.
What did you look like 4 years ago?
Smaller than now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's smaller than now for sure.
So Mike was telling me that in the town that y'all lived in, you were the man for everything, and you were quite the entrepreneur.
I know I born in Nicaragua, but I never feel like I belong over there. Yeah. All the time, he knows I want to came here.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, that's when I started learning English and all the kind of stuff. I like the way you guys live in here, the freedom and everything.
Yeah.
And most of the countries, the freedom doesn't exist.
I can't even imagine what that's like, to be honest with you. People in the United States, they think that they have it bad, when in reality, we the worst people here have it pretty good. Because, where you're from, the government is so tyrannical that, life is just terrible.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to live. I mean, you can have your own business, but it's really, really hard to grow up. I see here in your country, it's there's many opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go high as the highest you want to be. You can do whatever you want. You can start every business you want, and In my country, that thing never happened because all the governments, son, daughters, and family have everything. I mean, before I came here, I lost everything. I used to have two restaurants, my mixed martial arts gym, and also I have a paint job. Um, I have four business, and
So
I
you
lost
had a
everything. The
video
government
game
took me
arcade.
away everything.
Did you have a video game arcade set up in your house?
Huh?
A video game arcade. Did you have one set up in your house?
No, no. Actually, I just have my computer. I mean, I built it myself. You can see it. I'm a I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yep.
Definitely,
Wow.
I built it myself. I know how to build it. I mean, I used to build, but all this stuff we have in my country is really really old. It's the last thing we can. I mean, the trash of the other countries that want it is that what we receive on country. It's not like everything brand new or something like just released. But here I have the opportunity. Right now I'm working for Skytech Gaming. I've been working with them for for more than a year now, almost since I came here. I only have I've been like 3 jobs since I came here.
Yeah.
It's it's been a rough. Everything feels rough, hard because first is the you don't have papers. It's hard to find a job. They wanna pay you whatever they want. But right now I'm good. I'm feeling good. I love what I up to be the clean guy, and now I'm the manager on special bills. So I grew up faster.
I think you cut out for a second. Is that a no-go?
That is a no-go.
What are you doing, Mike?
He wants to put the output to a Bluetooth
It's okay.
speaker because he's having trouble hearing you.
It's all right.
So,
Oh, you should get closer.
It's fine where it
it
is.
is all right. Are we good with? Yeah, there we go.
You can probably bring it a little closer.
There we go.
No.
Now your arms look even bigger. Isn't that always the idea? So you were talking about how you got promoted faster. I think
Yeah.
you said.
I get promoted fast. That's
Well, I mean,
that's
you're
the
just
word.
obviously an intelligent, motivated guy, a self-learner, which is very important. And you've got these skills and these ways about you, and you've gotten to work on them in Nicaragua, where it is much harder to get things done.
Yeah.
And you're going to really excel. I have no doubt.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm very glad that things are working out, and I couldn't imagine having to go to another country and restarting my life. I mean, that's a very daunting task, to leave your home and to have to start with nothing again. It's really, most people that do that, they're usually, I feel like they have a huge opportunity to be successful. Like a lot of the immigrants that came here, that me and Mike's great grandparents, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I remember he was a half Italian, something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, on my dad's side. So
that looks pretty good.
yeah, I think it looks all right as long as you can still hear it.
What I need to do to look like you? I want to be a heavyweight lifter.
You already are a heavyweight.
Oh, but I'm buffy right now. I mean, you have a big belly.
You just, I would tell you if your goal was to really go head first, as dedicated as possible to transform yourself into what you wanted to be, First you got to have, the schedule. So you got to train 4 or 5 days a week. You need to be sleeping 8 or 9 hours a night. You have to be good about eating. You got to eat the necessary amount of foods. With training, it's very instinctual for a lot of people, but it's still a skill. But it's good to train with someone, to find someone to train with that can help you.
Yeah,
It's very
I started
important.
the gym a couple of months ago, and I quit because I can't. I told you I can't even train my chest because I have to put more weight on it, and it was no one to help me. There's no training right now for the COVID.
Right. You just have to. I trained by myself for many years, and even when I would go heavy, you'd have to go and find some people to help spot you, um, or you just have to be confident. You have to make sure that you're not going to do a weight where you could possibly fail, and you're going to have to really have good kind of connection with your body to know, when to stop, and you can't push certain things too hard, or then you'll be stuck there.
Yeah, you're right. I need a training partner.
Yeah.
I need to find out.
I'm sure you
Maybe
can
in the
find
future.
one. You just gotta.
Because I used to be an athlete. Mike, I'm
Oh yeah.
third degree black belt taekwondo master.
Wow.
So I was, not now. But
You're good at baseball too.
I'm a good at baseball too. Yeah.
How old are you now?
Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 32.
So you're still a youngster. You're younger than Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is super old.
I'm very old.
I mean,
What do you mean very old? Like 30?
I'm 35.
35?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, the time go fast, dude.
It does go fast.
That's right.
But you have enough. Age. You're probably out of your athletic prime. But as far as strength goes, your prime is in front of you completely, and you've already got a matured athletic body. So you'd probably react very well to weight training.
Yeah, I know. I used to train in gym, and I remember I most of the time I recover fast, and I know I'm very strong. I know I'm very strong. I know that's what I want to start on powerlifting.
We'll get you hooked up if you want to get started powerlifting. We'll get you a good program written up. Um, and you can train by yourself. Believe it or not, you have to do. It takes a lot of practice and it's very time consuming.
But yeah, it helps with a partner, I think. But
yeah,
you can. But either way, a lot of times when you go to these gyms, if you went to a more traditional powerlifting gym, there'll be other people that are willing to help you out and spot you or motivate you before a lift or whatever. It's usually environments kind of like that.
I've never been a big, never understood the motivated before a lift one.
Yeah,
because I never had it since I always worked out by myself.
You need someone right behind you shouting, "You can do this!"
But it does help, definitely.
Move it!
It does add a little
bit.
I think it does add a little bit.
Sure. Well, that's what it is. They give you a back slap.
But if you need all that to train,
right, I agree.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. But you'd be good. I think you have a good body type for that, Martin.
Yeah. I'm taller than you.
Yeah.
That's
saying something. Yeah, you're definitely taller than me.
How big are you?
I'm 6'1".
Okay. How much do you weigh right now?
312 pounds.
Damn. So, I think you would be strong as hell. We got to get this guy into the closest powerlifting gym.
last time I do squats, I did like 20 reps. I mean, 2 sets of 10 reps
Wow.
Yeah,
with 350 pounds.
that's not bad.
Now, I know it's not bad.
Um,
With better training, I know I can lift more
yeah,
easily.
I've no doubt. Well, I know there's a lot of powerlifting gyms that are the gyms closing down in California.
I went to the Crunch gym. It's just a regular gym.
Yeah,
Crunch
Yeah.
Fitness.
Yeah, I used to work out at a
I
Crunch.
used to
There's one
work
right-
out at one.
Yeah, there's one right behind my apartment.
Yeah, I have just a couple blocks in here. Like
They're actually
3
nice
blocks.
gyms.
You can get big.
It's not
at
far
Crunch
away.
Fitness. I
I
promise
got,
you
I
that.
got big.
I know I can explain I cannot explain how might get that bigger. I remember here like so slim.
I know. That's what I tell people. Like, I would tell them, like, yeah, I used to weigh.
Yeah,
I used to
all
weigh
the
like
time asking me,
130.
hey, that guy eat Mike or what? You know,
What'd you say?
I all the time ask you what happened to you. I mean, this guy eat Mike or
Oh yeah, did I eat Mike? Yeah, just
Do you-
finally had access to a gym and ate a lot.
So all your computer skills are mostly they're all self-taught basically. Have you tried, expanding any type of education since you've been in the United States in that department?
what's up?
Taking more computer classes? Or
Yeah.
something?
So all your computer skills, you taught yourself most of them, right?
Uh huh.
Self-taught.
Well,
Now that you have more access to probably better teaching, are you going to take any classes, or how do you continue your education into like game and computers and stuff?
I mean, okay. I think it's some kind of skill because I just need to see one time. You have to just tell me one time, and I learn it. That's it. I don't need 2 time explanation. Just in the first, you tell me this is what that we do. This is how you have to do it, and that's it. I mean, I
That's
learn
pretty
fast.
cool. I wish I was that way.
When I started working on Skytech, I remember I told the Chinese guy, my manager in that time, now we're partners, and he doesn't speak too much English. He doesn't speak too much Spanish at all.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of hard
Right.
because I have a little bit accent, and and his accent was awful. I know I'm not gonna hear it like racist or something, but it's kind of weird.
Okay.
When
So it's just hard to
And-
understand.
Did you learn any Chinese?
yeah, some words.
I'm sure you did.
And then he asked me. And I remember one day before I almost get fired, and he asked me, "Hey, you know something about computer?" And I said yes. And he was like testing me, and he said, what is this stuff and this goes where? Yeah, and say, oh, okay, this you have connected like this and this. And he said, oh, you know something about computers? And I said, yes. And then okay, I want to send you to the line and ask Jim to teach you something about the computers, and then come back because I was in inventory. So I go over there, and he just showed me, hey, do this. He don't want to train me. He was like, I don't want this guy over here.
Gotcha, yeah.
He was seeming like a menace,
Yeah.
because I learn fast.
Right. A menace.
So and then I learn right away. I come back to Andy. His name is Andy. Now he's a great guy. He was a great boss, and now we're partners. He's in charge of the line production. I'm in charge of the special build production. So every part, everything you order from Amazon, Newegg, or something like that, goes to shipping first, and then comes to me, and I authorize to if it can go or no. But I learned. I remember he teach me a lot of what I know, and that kind of guy they love when a person learn fast.
Oh, totally.
Have you
Yeah.
run into, or there are probably a lot of Hispanics in the area that you live in, right?
Yeah. There's not much.
Yeah. So
I mean, I don't have friends. I just get back to work and just sit down on my desk and play video games, and that's it.
right.
That's cool. Yeah. I don't come. I don't go out very often neither now because the COVID and all
With
stuff.
COVID, yeah.
Did you say that he had children? Was
Yeah.
he married? You have children, right?
Yeah, I got 3 over here and 2 in Nicaragua. I have 5 children. I have 5 kids. You need to find a way to have fun without television. So that's why I have a lot of kids.
When the power went out and you weren't ready
Yeah,
to go see.
that's happening very often in Rio Blanco,
Right.
Happening all the time. Yeah.
The power went out all the time. Especially if it was raining really hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes for no reason at all. Sometimes, like, I couldn't even tell you why the power was out, but it was out.
Yeah, it was.
You're just like,
It's still happening now.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I remember our
part and
power
parcel of.
went out a few times
Mm-hmm.
because my mom didn't pay the fucking bill. Bust out the candles.
Mom will get it in the morning.
I was pretty self-sufficient, so it didn't really,
The flashlight.
Now I couldn't see some of these children. If the power was not on, they would murder each other. They would be so
It'd be the purge.
angsty. Yeah, they're just so, they really are dependent on, technology. 10-year-olds.
Yeah.
And in Nicaragua, they probably didn't even have the internet when probably some places now.
Yeah, well, I mean, actually, there's plenty of places. If you go out in the comarcas and stuff, like, those people.
Yeah.
I forget who I was talking to about this, but I was talking about how when I was in Nicaragua, I lost a lot of weight. I wasn't big to begin with, but I lost weight because I got sick.
The Gallo Pinto almost killed you, dude. I remember that.
Yeah, so it's because I wasn't eating a lot of meat, and I was because they asked why. I was like, well, meat's expensive, and a lot of times people they'll have to eat the rice and beans and tortilla and cuajada maybe, and then that's dinner, right? So it's just like beans. It's just basically like beans, cheese, a little bit of salty rice.
So you're
and
a vegan.
Tortilla.
You're like a vegetarian.
Oh yeah. So like a lot of times that's it.
Almost vegetarian all the time. Yeah, that's a traditional. It's everything. I mean, rice and beans and cuajada and tortilla.
Yeah.
You can find it on any home in Nicaragua.
Yeah.
What is the protein of choice? Is it pork in Nicaragua?
Probably pork. Yeah. What's the meat that you guys like most? Probably that.
If you have money, you can buy beef. I mean, it's not really expensive at all. But if you have money, but most of the people live in the poverty, so it's really hard.
Yeah. Well, and there was a joke. I was kind of getting to this that one way to tell or to refer to somebody as like really poor or really like uncivilized, I guess, like not from in town,
right?
Would be to say about them or to them that like, oh, I bet you've never even eaten chicken before. Because like the joke is that like those people are so poor that they can't even afford even chickens. They have to sell
food handled in Nicaragua compared to here? Because we could just go to the grocery store and almost anyone can afford all kinds of food, But in Nicaragua, do they go to the grocery store or, who owns the grocery stores?
Well, in our town, there wasn't, when I was there, and by our town, I mean Rio Blanco, which is his hometown, they didn't have a grocery store until after I left. because now there's that pali that's there.
Yeah.
And I remember the closest pali that I knew of, I had to go to all the, see either Buaco or Matagalpa. And so
Now they have one. They have
but
one.
now they have one, right? And that's the sort
Yeah,
of thing
they have one.
Moving on up in the world.
Yeah, like they had freezers with for beef, and you could get like coffee brands that weren't just like instant coffee. It was like something more than just what the lady in the corner store is selling or what they have at the market by the bus station. So,
Where did people?
Do you remember Adonai store?
Adonai, yeah.
Ah, you remember? Right?
Yeah, don't they Adonai? Yeah.
That's one of the nearest like the closest to a supermarket.
Yeah.
In Laurita store.
Was he like the to me he struck me as like the most rich and famous person in town. Would you say that was true? Would you say that that's true?
Actually, there's more rich people than him.
Okay. But
yeah. He's like a he's the owner like one block, entire block.
Yeah, this guy owns like an entire block of the main street of town.
Yeah, the main street. He's the owner, both sides. He have a lot of money, but I think he's not the richest one.
Oh.
Yeah, there's more richer people.
Is it because they have like a lot of ganado and stuff?
Yeah, the ganaderos.
Livestock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because where the town that he was in is like, it's kind of like the start of the Wild West in Nicaragua.
Yeah, definitely. That's the best description.
It's
like a Wild West, like the whole Wild West.
Yeah. So I forget where I was going with that, but yeah, it's like kind of it's very Wild Westy because like you would hear about how somebody would get shot. Like at Lobito, right? Like one of the big bars in town, and someone gets shot.
Yeah.
But then like nobody gets arrested because they just pay the cops off. So like, and I feel like he's laughing, but hopefully you guys weren't playing a joke on me. But I heard that happened all the time.
That's true. It happens all the time. It's like the Wild West. Yeah. Definitely.
Who owns property in Nicaragua?
People 5-star.
So it's livestock is the big.
Yeah. Well, sorry, you don't have to, right? Like people, like the family that I lived with was not super well off, and they owned a little piece of land, for a little house. But anyone who owns any substantial amount of land will probably have a lot of like farmland too. Would you
can buy like a piece of land like for $12,000, starting for $12,000. That's gonna be like outside the town. If you want to try to buy in the middle on the main street, you're gonna worth like $500,000. You know that? Yeah, it's just really really expensive now.
Wow.
I don't know why they're asking too much. It's even expensive than Managua, the capital.
Yeah. Who knows? Was there?
Do you remember the house where I used to live?
Yeah. Well, that's what he was asking you, because remember that you used to have people would come over and play video games and pay money to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling him. He was calling that an arcade.
Video game for rent.
Yeah.
Just name it Nintenderia.
Nintenderia, like a place where you play Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like heladeria is a.
I rent PlayStation, but the name is Nintenderia. Like Nintendo.
Right, because Nintendo is the term for all the video games.
Yeah, it's a brand. Nintendo is a brand, but the people in my country call it Nintenderia too. Every place you can rent whatever you want, Xbox or PlayStation, whatever. This is a Nintenderia.
Yeah. Did your family when you were growing up, what kind of family background did you have? Was your family wealthy or really poor?
Very wealthy.
They're wealthy.
And I know. I don't wanna lie. I mean, my life has been rough. Like since I got 16 years. Oh no, I mean like 13, because my mom died when I'm at age of 13. And then I was by my own, because my father, he was living in Rio Blanco. When my mom died, I went to Managua, and then my aunt grew me up. She sent me to one of the best schools in the capital. That's Colegio Latinoamericano. I graduated from high school over there. That's why I have I learn English.
Mhm.
But over. I mean, in Rio Blanco, there's no one. When I found Mike, I was okay. Finally, I found someone speaking English over here.
Yeah.
You know, he was. I know he was like, oh, finally, because I know he learned all the bad words in the park. Catch and all the guys. This was the first day he learned it, the bad words.
Yeah. The park
Just
was
to
like,
remember.
sorry, go ahead.
Say, I know you can speak Spanish very good.
What do you? Oh, wait. What do you want me to say?
What you learn, whatever.
Oh, they would say like.
We would like you to run down of all the Spanish skills.
The biggest thing that they would say, and there's so many different variations of it, is if they want to like cuss really bad because they're really frustrated or whatever, or they're like putting a lot of emphasis in a word like fucking. That's the word we would use here. They would say son of the, and then any number, and then bitch or bitches.
Yeah.
So they would say like hijo de 70,000 pares de puta.
Yeah.
Actually pairs of bitches.
Don't say it in English.
Son of the 50,000 pairs of bitches.
Yeah, like that.
And so people, they do like, you can say like 50,000, right? But you can say like 25.
Like 1 million, 5 million, whatever you want.
Yeah. I think the other word I heard a lot was tres. Hijo de la tres puta.
So you
You're
were
they're the shortest.
Yeah.
trapping and rapping.
I was trapping and rapping. No, so they played soccer in the park and they had lights. And so, because it got dark at like 6 every night, and I was usually working in some form or fashion until 5.
So you were out there slaying the village.
So yeah, but these kids, first of all, it's like its own self-governed state, the park, and because there's so many of these unwritten rules and stuff, and what happens there stays. Everyone got so mad at me because I broke up a fight there one time, and that you made it sound like it was a felony there. They're like, no, they solved their problems there. It's like, okay. But yeah, they play soccer there, and there's some guys that hang out that are just they're kind of hooligan-y.
Okay.
They're kind of little hooligans, up to no good, and they would do drugs, I heard, and they would get drunk there all the time, and basically just like teenagers, like high school, junior, senior age kids, but some on the little younger side, some of the older side, just like shooting the shit. Just hanging out all the time, just vibing. But then they'd play soccer and they'd bet, and so you have to like pay to play. And I hated that because I didn't do that because that would not be a good look for me to do.
So what kind of
To be gambling in town.
How were you involved in the underground world?
Of that,
Were you?
I stayed neutral actually.
Were you? I bet you were worth a lot. Were you pretty dominant down there on soccer?
I was by no means the best, but I was probably in like the top third. But I mean, I was also a little bit older than those guys. But
how much money do you think is put on teams that you play on?
how much when they're like Maciando? How much do they bet?
It's not much. Like $2?
Yeah, it's not much. It's just like
It's not much.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it's not
quarter
much.
at a time.
You can buy food with $2.
Yeah, that's true.
And the $2 you gotta split it like in between 5.
Yeah.
It's like 40 something for each.
What would happen if a person from the United States with a decent amount of money decided to move to Rio Blanco and just like move there, and how would he be received if he started buying shit up and basically what's his name, McAfee?
Yeah.
Basically,
Well, it depends on how rich the person is, because the first thing I'd say, I don't know
Would you be like,
if you can talk about like how they would be received as an outsider, but there's a lot more money in Rio Blanco than you might imagine, because there's a lot of livestock.
I think Rio Blanco is the center of the country. They produce most of the money. I think they produce more than in the capital. I'm
No
pretty
way.
sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least agriculturally.
You have to see how it evolved right now. It's pretty different than the far you could remember. I mean, there's no more. There's some street with still with the ground, not
Yeah.
with the
Well, there's
but
no
there's
allocation.
some. But when you went there, I mean, pretty much all the streets was like that.
Yeah.
Not now.
Yeah, they were
There's
allocated now.
there's some more stores that are more. We have MPM,
The bank.
AMPM, the gas station.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We have AMPM. We have 7-Eleven too.
There's a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What? That's wild.
That's what I told you. That's evolved. And
Yeah,
there's
I remember when because I left in 2010 and I came back to visit in over 6 years later, and it had changed so much in the time. It was almost unrecognizable because so many of the businesses had changed. Everything was nicer. There was like paved roads just about everywhere. It was crazy.
Who runs the government?
That's a question for you, Martin.
what do you mean? Who
Are
runs
they-
the government?
What kind of government does Nicaragua have? Do you
We have
do
a
you have a
dictator.
democracy?
No, not at all.
No.
You have to be communist. If you don't, if you have against him, you're a terrorist, and they can send you 8 years on prison.
So it's a communist country.
Just for being against them. So there's no democracy at all. Sometimes when I tell my stories to people, some of them they don't believe like that because even my country, because they came here like it has been here for in United States for 30 or 40 years, and they never come back to Nicaragua. They don't know how the things work right now.
Right.
So it's really really very hard. I mean, it was hard for me. I have all my business. Everything was working. I was owning like earning my earning was like maybe $5,000 a month. That's a lot of money in my country,
Yeah.
and it was hard to me see the baby boys that I train them, that I see them grow up, and now they was in the college, and he started protesting against the government, get killed. It was hard for me. If you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
that kid, those kids, I saw them grow up. I was training them, teaching them
Yeah.
how to play baseball. I was training in taekwondo. I mean, everyone in Rio Blanco, we know each other. Because this is a small town.
Yeah.
So it was hard to me. Just try to ignore that. Like everyone, most of the people do that over there to avoid getting conflict with the government. It was really hard for me, and I say, "What the fuck? I don't care. I need to help them," and that's why I started giving to them food, giving to them money to keep on fight, and that's why the government say that I'm a terrorist, and the how do you say fiscal in English?
Fiscal? Like
Yeah, the guys who accuse you when you got a judge, you got a trial.
the accuser, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
He was a friend of mine. The accuser was a friend of mine. He come to my house and said, hey Mario, you need to go on January 3. Because on January 3, the police we came here. They're gonna say you are a drug dealer, and they're gonna say that you are a terrorist, and they're gonna send you to jail. In the best way, you're gonna send you to jail for 25 years. You and your wife, you're gonna lose everything, or just get out of here as soon ASAP, as soon as possible. So that's why I have to leave everything in the house and disappear.
Wow.
I was hiding in the money for 6 months until I get the money to came here. it was a really, because I didn't came here alone. I came with most of my family. It was really, really hard.
How did you get here?
I remember that because I go to the wall, when I reach Ciudad Juarez, I went my first try. I tried to reach the wall, and the Mexican army almost caught me. If the Mexican army caught me, that's mean that I'm never gonna see again my sons, my kids. Even my wife. I never gonna see her again. And the prison for the immigrants in Mexico is awful. It's horrible. I mean, this shit everywhere. You sleep in. I can't describe. This is fucking horrible. So in my first try, I almost get caught, but thanks God, they couldn't get me. And then I tried again. When they go to pick up some water, I go just in the back and go straight to the wall. When I get reach, when I was in the middle, in the middle of the river,
Yeah.
they told me I see the army coming of Mexico, and I just moved a little bit to the right side from the United States, and they say, "Hey, it's okay, don't run. We can go over there. It's belong to the United States."
Right.
And I say, "Oh, thank God, I'm I'm safe now." And then
it.
I try to find a border patrol, and when I found one, I go straight to him. I remember I remember that I was thinking that don't start speaking Spanish. Because I in my mind I think it's gonna be something like gonna help me. I remember he changed the way he treated me. When I start speaking English, he said, "Oh, you speak English? Yeah, okay." And he say, "I'm sorry, I don't have water, I don't have food now, but I want to take you to one place, and they're gonna find some. I'm sorry right now." And then he got more people. I remember he got more people in the border. He was yelling to him. He was yelling, in Spanish. No, no. I remember he treated me different. I remember they called two trucks to take him to the custody, But I remember the other people they treated really, really bad. I'm just being sincere, I just telling the truth, what I live.
Right.
So, and then I was in jail in the border.
In jail, yeah.
Yeah, they'll separate my family. I just can see my little daughters and my wife through the window. But as I told you, they treat me different because I speak English.
Right.
So they allow me to go out. They didn't close the door. I mean, they allow me to don't use the bathroom inside with all the people. We was like 28 people, 28 men.
Yeah.
So they allow me to use the other bathroom, not the one that everyone can see you.
Oh wow.
I know that's happened because I speak English. I know it's not the best, but I do my best.
You're doing great.
So and I don't want to lie. I mean, it wasn't hard at all. But it's kind of rough, but not hard at all. They treat me different. And then they say, I remember on the third day, it was over there. It was there like for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then they say, "Hey, you need to sign this." And I said, "Sign what?" I need to read it. And I remember that the guard say, "This is a smart motherfucker." And they said, "Yeah." And I hear that. So so and then that when I'm about to sign, it was they're gonna send me back to Ciudad Juarez. Yeah. And I tell them I know I'm not going to sign this. And they say, "Sign it or not, we're gonna send you back to Ciudad Juarez. We don't give a fuck." Okay? And then I say, "Okay, I need to talk with your superior, with your manager, right now."
Ooh, you asked for the manager.
Yeah. So there was the guys was telling me that it was a like Mexican American, you know.
Yeah.
They come, and then he come a white guy, a big white guy. You say, what's happening here? He was a kind of, and okay, they say if I don't sign or not this, they're gonna send me back to Tijuana. And so I can't go back there. And he say, why you can we have to, you have to go back, or the other side. No, because I was kidnapped by the police. I was kidnapped by the police. They robbed me $3,000, and
So the
just look
police
at me.
kidnapped you and stole
Just look at me.
$3,000.
I don't. I was a easy. I'm gonna be an easy target for the narcos. I remember that I say, because I'm white. I'm bigger. I don't look like a Mexican.
Yeah.
And he say, okay. We have two options. The first option is we're gonna make a call for a asylum agent. If he trusts you, we're gonna allow you to stay in the United States. But if he doesn't trust you, we're gonna send you back to your country. And I say, I don't care. I don't came here to lie. You think I crossed all over Central America and Mexico to came here to lie? No way. Come on, bring it on. And then they send me back to my jail, and they say, hey, get over here. And I send up and tell your wife come here. And my older son, he was taking care of my daughters. Yeah, I remember it was the interview was by phone, and I know it. They was recording everything. I know it. So he started asking me questions. Ask me. They use a translator, but you can hear the guy speaking English in first, and then goes the translator. But I didn't realize that I understand everything what they saying. So they asked me for my story 1, 2, 3, 4 times. I was by the phone for 4 hours. Yeah, I repeat the same story all the time, and say, okay, I remember the last thing they say. Okay, sir, I wish you all the luck, and hope you you be approved. Okay, thank you. And then they hang up, and I come back to the room, and I couldn't sleep all the night.
Right.
Because I definitely don't want to go back to Mexico, dude.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tell them I have family over here, and I remember early in the morning, like 5:30, border patrol agent came through, and he said, "Who's Isaac?" And I said, "He's over here." And he said, "You speak English?" "Yes, sir." And he said, "Okay, this is what's gonna happen. All the papers you signed yesterday, forget about it. We rip it off. We're gonna start all over again, right?" And I just wanna say, welcome to the United States. It was like, oh my God, thank God I'm here.
Wow.
They let me in. I was crying. My son was crying, and once my wife see me, she didn't know it was because he was crying, because I was sending back to Mexico, or if we're gonna stay until I'll tell him, can you let me out and tell my wife? Yeah, it's okay, go ahead. And I went, honey, we did it. They now allowed us to stay here. This is the first step. It was, it's something, I know for me, I don't care about the rest of the people, but for me, I know there's a lot of stuff to be fixed in your country here in the United States. But for me, I feel it's one of the best countries in the world because I can feel free. That's something that we don't have in my country. I'm free. I feel free. I know that the hands of the dictatorship can reach me here. That's the best part for me. I don't care if it's start all over again. I don't care. I'm still young, and I know I'm smart. My wife is smart too. So here we are.
So
awesome.
when you were told that you had to leave Nicaragua, How long did you have before you actually left?
For how long? I mean, he told me that like on September. No, he was told me like August.
In August.
After the trout, the how did you say? I think it's trout, right?
Okay.
The
Oh, the trial, yeah.
the protest, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah.
After the protest,
Yep.
he will let me know right away. He say, "Do we have they have video of you?" I mean, the guys they have meetings in my restaurant. How can I say no? You can't do a meeting. See, they buying my food. I mean, and I know them since I was a kid. So and they say, okay, you have to leave on January 3, and I leave early. I just leave everything because I know actually I wasn't sure if they're gonna be exactly on January 3
Yeah.
of 2019.
So your wife and your children, all of you, how did y'all leave? What was the first step?
I remember I started selling piece by piece of all my tools. You know, I remember I sold my oven. I was $5,000 oven for making pizza. I make a very good pizza. Hopefully, one day I'm gonna make one for you guys.
I love that.
And that's we start selling them. We start selling them, and my wife and my kids was my wife's mom and my wife mom house. They wasn't hiding over there, but they're still sending me picture to. I remember to my Facebook of my kids because my other son is from my first wife, and they I remember the some guy that worked for the government sent me picture of your son. He write me down. If you don't show up, your son is gonna pay everything.
Wow.
You see, so and they sent me picture of the school. My son behind the inside the school. Look, we watch him show off, or your son gonna pay everything. And so I asked for his mom to allow me to bring him here. In the beginning, she don't want to, you know, it's her son. So, but at the end, she had said, and when I get the money to pay the coyote, I remember for $30,000
Wow.
just to reach the border.
Where did you meet the coyote at?
Hmm?
How did you come in contact with the coyote?
Because many of the students that was kidnapped by the government and then been released, they have contacts, connection with one coyote from Nicaragua, one with another coyote from Mexico, and they link, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I found that connection and I tell you how much for taking my family to the border. And he said, okay, first, how many are you? We are five. Okay, gonna be like $10,000 for each. And I said, dude, I lost everything. Barely I can find $20,000.
Yeah.
And man, then I remember I just reached $80,000, and then a friend of mine gave me the rest. I already paid to him. Now I already paid to him. He gave me $12,000, and then I remember he said, "Okay, you need to send me this money to Mexico, but we only allowed to send $500 daily." So I was trying to find 10 people every day to send money to Mexico until I reached the house. And in order to have, he say, "Okay, when you get in Mexico, you have to give me the rest, all right? Before I can send you, I can send you before I can send you to the border." But in the middle of Mexico, we lost the coyote. Yeah, I remember I have the rest of the money hide in my backpack. I have $50,000 hide in my backpack, and there was we was kidnapped by the Mexican police, The name is Federales.
Mm.
The Federales.
That's a corrupt. That's a corrupt motherfuckers. It's there's corrupt. So there's Mexico is there's a lot of corruption. Most of, I mean, the police is not for help you. It's for trying to scam you.
Right.
So and we was kidnapping by 2 days with my entire family, and they was asking me like $100 for each. So I tell him you only have 3,000. That's all the money I have. Let it go. And he said, okay, we're gonna let you go, but don't tell anyone because we already see you. We know where to find you, and you're no one here. You are in our country, and you're just shit in here. So we're gonna release you, but you know what I'm saying, okay? And they let me go, and then the coyote found me. He was, hey, where are you been? Where are you been? We was kidnapped by the police. So, and then he took us to the forest. I remember he trying to he make us like a Mexican ID,
Yep.
and we started practicing the Mexican accent. Orale way, and I remember it was kind of rough because our Spanish is very very much different from the Mexican. We don't have that kind of accent,
Right.
and we say "hijo de puta" every time, all the time. So it's hard. It's hard. It was hard, not for me, but for my family it was hard because I can. It was much easier for me. I remember we aboard airplane in Mexico City all the way to Ciudad Juarez. We was on an airplane, and then then happened the story that I told you guys, like when I go through the border and everything,
Uh-huh.
and after that, look what is coming. After that, I'm telling everything. I'm telling everything because I confident with Mike. I knew him from a long time ago. It's not. I mean, it's okay to tell my story.
Yeah.
I mean, so after that, I remember I have family over here, but it's not like the kind of support you want. They didn't support me.
Mm.
I remember that I was in the border and I called my cousin. He said, "Hey, cousin, I'm here. Where should I go? I have no place to go." And then she said, "Okay, you can come over here." And where you at? I'm in California. I live in Rancho Cucamonga. So take a bus and get over here. Okay, but I remember I only have like 40 pesos, 40 Mexican pesos. I don't even have I think we have like a $1. I don't have money. I was asking to many of my friends to, to send me money to pay the ticket.
Yeah.
But I remember I don't know why, but some of the people doesn't have the money in that time. And then a friend of mine, it was a long time ago that he was talking with him. It's been a while since I didn't see him. He said, "Hey, where are you at?" Dude, I'm in El Paso, Texas. Actually, I don't have food. I don't have shelter, and I need to go to LA. I promise you, when I get there, I will find a job and I will pay you. You know what? I was asking all these motherfuckers over here, and no one gonna help you. No one gonna help you. So I don't care. I'm gonna send you the money. And he sent me. I remember I went to the house. There's like three nuns, monjitas. That's what we say, nuns, right? Mike,
What's that?
monjas. It's nuns.
Oh yeah, nuns.
Yeah, and they retrieve the money and they buy me the ticket, and I took the bus, a Greyhound bus, from El Paso all the way to San Bernardino.
Wow.
It was 23 hours in a bus. My ass was like a cube, you know. Yeah. And I remember the nuns gave us some food. He gave us like 6 sandwich, like 4 apples. And I remember the bus makes some periodic stops, and the people goes out and buy chicken and everything. It was like a because I couldn't eat because I can hold on, but not my kids. So I give all the food to my kids, and I even eat for 23 hours until I get here. When I get here, I remember my cousin told me, okay, I know she was my cousin, but I never see her. It was my first time.
You never met her before.
Yeah, and she say, okay, look, okay, I wanna help you, but you can't stay in my home because that's not my home. I mean, I have it for a lease, so I have a exact quantity of people living in there. You know, they don't allow me to get more people inside.
Yeah.
Right.
So okay, and he asked me, okay, you guys already ate? And I say, you wanna too? I even eat like for 24 hours. Oh my god. He said, okay, I'm gonna buy you some food. But I was thinking like a hot dog or something like that. She took me to the Red Lobster.
Wow.
And then he said, I remember I asked her, okay.
How many rolls did you eat?
Oh, I think it was one of the happiest days of my life, dude.
Yeah.
Believe me. After all that I've been through, I get here.
To summarize,
finally,
number one, it's really not cheap to come to the United States. Like, it is not
it's
easy
not cheap at all.
to save up $30,000 or $20,000.
Sometimes it's more than that. The people didn't know. They just think. Some guys, they just came here, without don't spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
But when you have the money and you have family, you have to pay to avoid get caught by the cartels. Because all the coyotes work with the cartels and the police work with the cartels.
Did the police think that you were wealthy? Is that why they kidnapped you?
I tried to came here like the most humble dressing,
Yeah.
But you can just see my hands. In my hands, there's nothing. It's soft.
You're just too white.
So,
the first time Mike showed me a picture of you, I said that you looked pretty white.
Yeah. I know.
You did. He was expecting you to be more Indio.
No, I wasn't expecting that.
More Indian. Yeah, but most of them, the countryside is smaller, darker.
There's a wide array.
Yeah.
Some of my coworkers, they say them looks like it was like if I was from Boston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard, but now we're here. I hopefully my asylum get approved. We're still working on it because the COVID, But
yeah.
we're still working on it. I have a court next year on September, but I have all the proof. Like I tell the border patrol guy, I don't came here to lie.
Right.
I can't go. I can't go back. Go back over there. It's gonna be. I'm gonna die if I go over there.
Yeah.
If they don't get killed, if they don't kill me, I will be in jail like for 30 years. So I can't go back over there.
No.
I lose everything. I don't care. I lost everything and start all over again in here. But I don't want to start all over again back in my country.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's the story of my life.
It's interesting because we've spoken a little bit, but you haven't really gotten.
Remember, I told you I'm going over there, but you didn't imagine I was in immigration or something like that, right?
Yeah. So I was like, oh my god, you're in fucking. Like, yeah, I think you were already in El Paso, and I was like, holy shit, like, I had no idea. And so, like, you just told us in however long that was, 10 minutes or so, like, so much more detail than I think I've gotten from before then. So
I would really like to have you back on in the next couple weeks, if that would be okay with you, because I feel like this was
don't worry.
a good introduction. But I really have some more in-depth questions I would like to ask you. And you're very good at explaining things. And so I think a lot of people will be able to really appreciate the information that you can tell of your journey, because, a lot of people, they have no idea how some people live, and I think it could be very beneficial to hear about how things really are. So, if you'd like to come back on again, we would really appreciate it.
Definitely. Don't worry. Just let me know, Mike. Whatever you want, anytime you want.
Awesome. I really appreciate that. Yeah. We'll definitely do
Okay.
Maybe in a couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Just let me know with time.
Yeah.
Preferably you're gonna be from Friday, because I don't work on Saturday now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's always Friday nights.
I remember in the beginning I work out from Monday to Sunday. But not now.
It's harder to do when you're bigger, to work out 7 days a week.
Yeah, definitely.
And we can talk about, beginning your journey on setting some powerlifting records.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For sure.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Awesome.
Do you want to
just let me know.
Handle?
Good to see you guys.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, it was great to meet
it's
you.
Awesome to
I've heard a lot about you.
Yeah. It's all about how good you are at taekwondo and shit. So
maybe I'm gonna be over there someday. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
I have to on vacation someday.
Yeah. Well,
you're
going on vacation.
Don't
go to Atlanta, but
I would go to vacation to Atlanta.
Would you?
We'll show you around.
Absolutely. I don't know if I told you this, but I actually found a Nicaraguan restaurant nearby my house.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's called Sabores de mi Tierra. And so, like, I go there and I basically just get fritanga whenever I go.
The fritanga. Oh, my God.
What is that?
It's just like...
that's one of the things I miss so much.
Oh,
fritanga.
Right? It's,
I just ate fritanga like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
When all this shit happened.
Yep.
I had to drive all the way to Los Angeles to find a Nicaraguan restaurant.
Oh, for sure. Because, yeah, there's not as many as like Salvadorians or whatever. But fritanga is basically
I just want to have my own restaurant. And I promise I'm going to have my own restaurant.
Yeah. You already did once, right? So, not much time.
I mean, I did it in a third world country. So... I know I can do it
well here. In South Gwinnett County.
You would do well in South Gwinnett County. There's a lot of cultural diversity around here, and a lot of Latinos around where I live.
Yeah.
Good community.
I was planning to move out from here after I get everything, okay, because I can't move it right now. For my papers and everything, I goes to the judge, see the judge, and sign and everything. But I hopefully, and I believe in God, that everything's going to be good.
Yeah, I think it will. As long as they grant you asylum, because you definitely can't go back to Nicaragua.
No.
I think they'll be reasonable.
I can, and I don't want to.
We'll write a letter if we need to.
Oh, you want to stay? Definitely want to stay.
We're going to write, we'll write letters to the court.
And our local congressman.
Mm-hmm.
We
all right, guys.
Talk about making America great again.
Yeah.
People like this is what does it.
That's right.
Not trying to limit people.
That's right.
We need to help people.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. That's right.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your night out there in California.
No, I just going to start playing Warzone right now.
Right.
Yes,
My
go
phone.
play Warzone.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much or scream too loudly, or the governor of California will send his hit squad,
Paratroopers.
his SS troopers to throw you in jail.
No way.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Have fun playing
All right,
Warzone.
All right, Martin. See you later, man.
Bye, bro. See you later. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
I wasn't prepared for all that.
Prepared for what?
That's a lot. There's so much I have, so many questions I
Yeah.
have. You know.
He's a. That's why I think he's a great guy to have on.
Yeah, he
Because
definitely is.
he's got.
You want to talk
such a
about some sort of movie or something?
Yeah.
I mean, he's lived it.
Yeah. Well, and I think even the more important thing is like he, in the scheme of things, had a pretty. I mean, shit went down. Shit was hard, but like because he could speak English, he had a better time than some other people did. And I think that other people would have just as like that story. I think is what I'm trying to say is like a lot more common than people would like to think about. Because that's a lot of shit to put one person through.
Well,
And then to be like, nope, you got to go do it again, right? Because we're reporting you back. So good luck being alive and being able to try it again, and then actually doing it again.
He has a very unique story.
Yeah.
End of the day, it ain't easy to get here from Central America.
From most anywhere.
From unless maybe France. I don't know how.
Well, I mean, yeah, in the scheme of things, but most people can't.
What are you drinking there? Is that a French
Just
wine?
no, it's not French.
We're gonna have Martine back on in a couple weeks, and I know because you have your friend on next week.
Yeah.
Yep. But me and Martine are gonna get on a deep level because I really was imagining a movie when he was talking to me.
Wow.
And so there's a lot, you see, I read so much and people talk like they fucking know what goes on. But people don't know shit. He knows,
He's lived it.
From the only perspective that really matters. The first person.
Right.
Not from Facebook.
Right.
So, I'll say that I am hungry.
I am as well.
I was having a craving for.
Good evening, Tea Time.
This is Walter Cronkite.
What is it, little one? What did you have a hankering for?
I forgot.
Little one?
Something salty. Mexican food is what it was.
Okay.
Mexican food.
That's a lot broader. But usually it's like I got a hankering for it, something specific. You're like, nope, an entire genre of food.
Mexican.
Tacos? Sure. Burrito? Okay.
Mexican.
Nachos?
Not Mexican. Mexican. That's what they are. They're Mexicans.
Lord.
Not Mexicans.
I hate you. I should mention that our esteemed would-be recurring guest, Garrett, will not be returning this evening.
No, he too much,
something like that.
went too hard.
Yep.
Is he drunk?
Yep. Show is.
So what's he gonna do?
He's crashing it at a friend's house in Midtown.
Well, for the benefit of our health, I'm glad he's not coming.
Agreed.
It's a lot of COVID risk.
Yes.
I ain't trying to have no thick gingers give me COVID.
No. Not thick ginger.
Not the thick gingers.
When my friend said that, I was just like, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't really know any. Actually, what's his name from the gym? He's ginger in his thing.
Justin.
Sure.
The short one? The
Yeah.
bodybuilder?
Yeah.
He's like 215 though.
But he's dense. He's thick.
He is. He is thick.
He's not dummy thick, but he's thick.
You're right. You're right.
You ever notice that there's a strong correlation between short bodybuilders and really big trucks?
I don't know that that's true.
Well, I've sure noticed it.
Which bodybuilders?
Well, him, for one, right?
He doesn't have a big truck.
He
Oh, he does have that big Dodge.
Yeah. It's the
He
big
just
Dodge.
got it. But it's not jacked up or anything.
Oh. Well, there's another...
Seth Rossi.
Him
If
for
he
sure.
has a jacked up truck.
This kid that
Are you
I
saying
used
he
to...
has a little dick energy as well?
Probably.
He seems like a cool guy.
He has some bad politics. I'll put it that way.
Who really knows?
Yeah, at least when he puts that. And you got me off my fucking train of thought. What was I saying?
Trucks and
Oh yeah, this other guy that I works out at the Crunch that I used to work out at. Shorter than I am. I used to Jason as a coach, and very very large truck. And dude is 5'5" on a good day. And I'm like, isn't it hard to get in? Or like, don't you need to step before your step to get in the truck? Like,
it's very possible.
are you climbing a ladder to get into your vehicle, sir?
He could be trying to compensate. I don't know. We'd have to ask him.
With
Let's
that said,
bring him on and ask him.
Would I love to drive that truck? On occasion.
I would.
It would be something I would like to do on like a weekend, but I wouldn't want to be my daily fucking driver. Where are you gonna park it?
It's the cost of ownership. It's, I've known people with jacked up trucks. They're always in the goddamn shop. They're in the shop.
And you're driving a Kia Rio.
From
your ex-wife.
They're always in the shop. What good is a truck if it's always in the goddamn shop?
What good is anything?
What's love got to
Sorry,
do?
are you trying to say that you're in the hankering for something that we don't have here?
I think so.
Got it.
I don't really.
Oh, you already said Mexican food.
Yeah.
Cat. Burrito. Baby. What do we have that's not fucking Thanksgiving food?
I don't know. That's kind of
About what?
It's the broccoli salad.
Broccoli salad.
Yeah, it has a lot of pork in it. I think there's ham and bacon.
I love broccoli.
I don't know what the fuck broccoli salad is.
I don't
And it has
either. He
ham
just
and
made it.
bacon
It's
in
good. Yeah.
What kind of food is this?
The best kind.
Broccoli, ham, and bacon?
Yeah. Still counts as a vegetable. Because it's mostly vegetable.
Cheese, bitch, but it's not
Oh, and
all.
cheese.
And
mayonnaise.
cheese. And mayonnaise. This sounds like the official food of obesity.
No, but it's broccoli.
2 servings of this a week will give you heart disease like smoking a pack a day.
Oh my god, I don't want to think about that. That makes me sound like make some decisions that I do.
No, if it
Maybe
makes
we're
you food. If it makes you food, it doesn't cause heart disease.
Okay.
That's scientifically proven.
I'm gonna go try some of this, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to reconvene?
I feel like my eating's been good the last few days.
Yeah?
I feel full. I feel a little fat.
Feel thick.
I feel
I feel like my arms look good today.
Well, it definitely helps when I eat. My arms, they actually fill out.
Yeah.
I'm walking around on half a tank of glycogen, not a full glycogen.
Dose.
Glycogen, when people are carved down,
Uh-huh.
the weight change in somebody is massive.
There's lots of glycogen stored in the muscle. And you just inflate it.